Hello, I'm Courtney from Engaged Little Learners, and today I'm going to go over a few ways that you can build phonological awareness with your students. So what is phonological awareness? It is the ability to recognize and work with sounds in our spoken language. So I have integrated what I'm doing with word families, and you can choose to have word family posters up that I have in my program, and at the end you could also build with your kids too. So let's go over some of the components. So one of the first things we want to work on is syllables, and to do this I think it's fun to do names. So we'll start with my name. I have the kids put their hands here and say Courtney. 2 chin drops is 2 syllables. Then you will have a guide that looks like this that goes over each thing to teach your kiddos. So the first thing we're going to do is put up our 3 fingers, and we are going to tap the sound, and they are going to say what the word is. Ready? At. Hat is what they say. So they'll repeat it back, okay? So the second thing is we're going to isolate. So I'm going to say cat and hold up my 3 fingers, and they are going to repeat and say the sounds. So we are isolating sounds in cat. Cat, k, at. The next thing we're working on is isolating the first sound, and the word we're doing is rat. Your turn, rat. The first sound is r. The next component is the ending sound, the final sound, and we're doing this with bat. Bat, bat, t. Then the next step is to do the middle vowel sound. And in this word we're doing mat, mat, ah. Make sure you're tapping that middle sound with your fingers so that they can get the kinesthetic connection. And the next component is rhyming. So I'm gonna say sat, and I'm gonna give them some think time to either raise their hand or put up their thumb when they can think of a word that rhymes with sat. Maybe it was one of the words that we did already. Maybe you need to pull out the poster at this point to kind of jog their memory of words, or maybe they might come up with something different like splat. Now, for some of your kids who need a little bit more help, you can also use our sound circles to either tap them, or you can laminate this and provide letter scaffolding for kids who need those letter sounds. The next component is a challenge. So you don't need to do this, but it's really good, especially once your kids have figured out how to isolate sounds and blend them, and that's called chaining. So we're going to switch out the sounds. So we're going to start with sat, and so they will say sat, and I will say change the s to a b, and you get the word bat. Change the b to a k, and you get the word cat. Change the k to a h, and you get the word hat. Change the h to an and you get the word rat. Change the to an and you get the word mat. And so that can give a little bit of scaffolding as well if you need to use the sound circles. Another part that's not so much phonological awareness as it is just building some literacy and drill every day that's just really quick is I've included some cards with letters, and I want you to mix these up in different orders and just go over the sounds. D, D, C, K. And once you have taught that C says S as well, you can make sure that you get both sounds. So just that repeated practice is really going to help build a solid literacy foundation for your kiddos. So if you like what I'm doing, I actually have this up in my Teachers Pay Teachers store. It has 30 word families across 27 lessons because some of the word families only have a few words that go, so I've combined them, and the chaining on those is pretty challenging because we do a couple make-believe words and chain some ending sounds as well. I have these in my store in the same product with different amount of letters in words, different sounds in words. So you can find all of this at my Teachers Pay Teacher store, Engaged Little Learners, or you can just click the link. And also don't forget to sign up for my mailing list. I send out all sorts of ideas and resources to engage your little learners while building solid foundations in your classroom. So I hope this helped. Remember, first sound, middle sound, last sound, blend, segment, rhyme, syllables, those are all things that can build a solid foundation for your kiddos in your classroom.